Hello, everyone. Michael Lee here to take a brief look at some of the community-related activities over the past year. Given the previous presentations, and the ones to follow, I'm sure, I think you'll agree that the community at large is alive and doing well these days. So let's get to it and see what the community teams have been up to, okay? Our agenda today will cover these community activities. First, we'll look at the governance activities that help provide some direction and organization for the community. Next, we'll take a look at the method maintenance activities that consider issues members raise with the method. And finally, we'll take a look at activities members of the community have initiated on their own. One, to highlight them, give them some visibility, and two, to provide a shout out to folks taking initiatives like this. So first, let's look at governance. So what governance is occurring in the community? The primary activity in this area is the monthly executive team meetings that involve Court, John Wolf, and myself. These meetings typically involve two general topics. The first is tracking the activities of interest in the community. This includes tracking various ongoing projects, potential projects, and method-related activities. And of course, is tracking cuts across the different schools of practice. The second general topic for these meetings deals with planning. This includes considering what assistance the community might be able to provide for the projects and method activities mentioned above. And this planning also includes preparing for our periodic and annual meetings. If you'd like to get involved here, we'd love to hear from you about your activities that might be of interest to the community and benefit from a higher profile and possibly collaboration. Just email one of us on the exec team to engage. More about that a bit later. And if you'd like to see what's going on in these meetings and possibly provide feedback, you can find the meeting minutes posted on the Shlaer-Mellor Commons website, and you can email us with your comments, suggestions, etc. Well, that's what's been going on with the community governance. Let's take a look at the method maintenance activities next. As noted in the introduction, the method maintenance activities are typically focused on issues that have been raised within the community regarding various aspects of the method. We started this year by considering a few issues that needed to be clarified before we could take up a larger issue about bridging. Note that both the OOA and tooling teams participated in this work because the issues had implications for both teams. All three of these issues were resolved with unanimous agreement among the reviewers. Details of this were reported in our last community update meeting and can be seen on the OOA team page of the Shlaer-Mellor website. Next, we took under consideration this multi-part issue raised about bridging. It included topics like sync and async behavior, concurrency, and ordering of bridge interactions between domains, 6 separate questions in all. We started by identifying and reviewing the different approaches taken by the 4 major schools of practice to bridging, so it was clear what the current state of the practice looked like. We then decided, given the differences in the practices, to start by answering these questions in the context of Bridgepoint, rather than attempt to answer them in a manner that addressed all the schools of practice at once. We were not prepared to boil the ocean or seeking the Holy Grail at this point. This resulted in a technical note that summarized Bridgepoint's approach to bridging and separately addressed all of the questions raised by the issue. This technical note is also posted on the OOA team page of the Shlaer-Mellor Commons website. So what next? Well, after identifying and reviewing the different approaches to bridging each school of practice takes, we thought it would be a good idea to document these. So our final task on this effort will be to produce a technical note that does just that. In addition to summarizing the different approaches, it will also compare and contrast them with the underlying requirements the method places on bridging. So that's it for method-related activities this past year. All right, that's what the community teams have been up to this past year, and where and how you can dig deeper on these activities if you want to learn more or engage with. So that's it for my update on community activities. We look forward to hearing back from you and letting us know what you think about how we're doing, especially what you think about increasing visibility into what others in the community are doing and how we might do that. Who says this isn't scientific?